We're back with another Ask Leem. Hey, we got two questions I'm addressing. This is a good two questions. Feel me? Questions from my man, Food, Clothing, and Shelter, and my other homie, James. Think I'm talking about? Yeah. So let's get to. We're gonna handle the easy question first. The question is, it comes from Food, Clothing, and Shelter. What makes a great reference track? It's easy, simple. Anything that you admire, anything that sounds bumping. Now it's another layer to that. I say anything that I feel is bumping and maybe the mix is so good, I don't notice it. Because I've learned that mixes are supposed to be transparent, and sometimes when a mix is really good, you be like, wow, there's a lot of dynamics in that, and everything is controlled, and it's like it came off without me noticing. So that's the answer to that question. All right, but it's basically anything that you like. If you like it, if it's smooth, they probably got a good mix on it too. So throw that in there. Look at the levels. Put some metering plugins on the master in front of it, and just look at it and where it hits at, where the bass hits at. Solo some points on the EQ. Listen, and there you go. That's your mastering track. All right. My next question comes from James. I'm reading back there. That's why I keep on turning around. What made you change your rig from the MPC SP setup to the Octatrack semi-modular setup that I run now? Interesting. Y'all know I used to be SP, MPC, fanatic. Put them together. You do all sorts of crazy stuff with them. Bow. Right? But then I got put onto the Octatrack and I started going into a more synth-based direction. I think that's more at the core of that question. Yeah. So, what made me change directions on it off the MPC? I'm sorry, I got like my mustache is touching my nose is wild annoying. Right, let me just address that. The reason why I switched from the MPC SP setup to the setup I'm running now is basically it got a little boring to me. Not because I had musical roadblocks per se. I guess these are kind of musical roadblocks. But it was more so the layout lended itself to a certain workflow. Because if you think about it, you know, my when I first read the question, my initial feelings was, oh, because it has this last sequencer on the Octatrack. That's the reason why I made the switch. Not really. Because you could do the dance stuff with it quantized, but the step sequencer on the MPC. But the layout lends itself to that jump around, choppy workflow. And I had been doing that for a while and wanted to do some other things. So these are like instruments, different instruments, just the way they're built in the physics of the instrument will call you to play different. So you even hear it. Take a player like Ryan Carter. When he plays upright bass, because of the physics of the instrument, the way he moves is slightly different than when he plays electric bass. Make sense? So, because of the physics of the instrument, it made me think differently. It made me think more linear. And then the time stretching on it was closer to the updated time stretching that we had today. So it felt like Ableton in a box for me. And that's something that I struggled with the MPC SP was getting clean sounds. All right. The new SPs have quarter inch on them, but the old ones, the OG 404 I have doesn't, and the 303 doesn't. And it was like, yeah, I like the texture, but the noise was becoming something that was annoying me over time. Yeah. So it was basically the cleanliness, how clean the audio was, mixed with the different layout of the box that attracted me towards the electron wave. Now, because of the immense MIDI capabilities, of the Octatrack, that is why I started incorporating the different synthesizers. So, with the modular, semi-modular stuff, it's popular right now. We all know that, the modular wave and all that. But I've gotten to a certain point where it's like, hey, I've realized that the things that I want out of a sampler or out of a drum machine, I can accomplish them myself, plus more, going a modular, semi-modular route. Okay? So I'm personally working on building a modular box strictly to handle my drums, a drum machine box. Then I'll make another modular system, probably for bass, connect them, and there you go. Got your little rhythm section. So yeah, I love doing this Ask Leem. I'm about to make a beat. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo sounds for the Butter Bleeps kit. I'm gonna add more drums and more percussive sounds. But that day I was just in my bag where I was hooking up the my little modular system to the work stack and then to the Mother 32 and getting some really interesting results. Hope you guys dig them. They're all in the same key, so you could layer them, chop them up, do what you want to do with them. Much love. I'm gonna fill up this kit with probably about 125 of them and 150 sounds, and then drop it. And then you guys on Patreon will have it, of course, for free in the Never Ending Drum Kit. That's why you're here. You're here to hear me talk and to hear the Never Ending Drum Kit. You need to add files. So I'm on it. I'm working. I love you. Thank you for your continued support. Please tell a friend to join. That number fluctuates sometimes. I know people join and then unjoin and join. Hey, well, look, thank you for coming back. Thank you for sticking around for me. Peace. Love. More content on the way, baby.